Hello again, I'm here with your full forecast. Just since the start of the break, we've had a severe thunderstorm warning being issued for portions of Fisher and Jones County. That'll be in effect until 6:30 p.m. just after our show this evening. We're going to continue to see more of this as we go throughout the evening because we have a very nice setup for severe weather this evening. But before we talk a little bit about that, I know it's not as important, but I want to take a look at temperatures across West Texas. Although we've had pretty heavy cloud cover for all of us, we still managed to get up to the lower to mid 80s today. 83 in San Angelo, 85 up in Abilene, 89 over in Colorado City, Big Spring and Midland. And we'll just continue to see a downward trend over the evening, but we had this tornado watch that'll be in effect until 10 p.m. tonight. Most of West Texas, with the exception of some of our eastern counties, are going to be included with that watch. As you've heard us say before, watch just means conditions are favorable for a tornado development. So we'll continue to keep an eye on that over the evening. But speaking of tornadoes, here's a look at who has the better likelihood of seeing those tornadoes forming. As you see to our north, that's that hatched 15% region. That just means the hatched means they have a 15% chance of strong tornadoes, strong and violent EF2 to EF5 tornadoes forming over the next couple hours. And in fact, we already have a tornado warning up in that area issued there. And then we have this hatched 10% just a little farther south, including Throckmorton. That means that 10% chance or greater of EF2 to EF5 tornadoes. Then as we get down into the big country, 5%, and then in the Concho Valley, 2%. So pretty much all of us are included in that watch area, but that likelihood stays far to our north, to our northern counties that we'll be keeping an eye on. But with the hail concerns, that is one of the larger concerns today. Most of us in that 15% hatched area, that means in this case that we have that 15% chance of seeing hail 2 inches or greater. We've even been seeing with some of the storms that have already developed that 3-body scatter, which is indicative of some large hail coming out of those storms. As you move a little farther north, they have that 30% hatched area, and then farther north than that, 45% hatched area. The last thing that we're going to look at is the outlook for winds. Most of us included in that chance for strong damaging wind gusts. 15% is the likelihood that we're looking at across much of West Texas. Overnight lows are not going to be that cool. We're going to stay to the lower to mid 60s. Portions of the big country getting down to the 50s as the cold front moves its way through West Texas overnight. That's going to be a driver of some of these storms overnight as well. Let's take a look at what we're expecting with these storms. Right now, what's forming is thanks to this dry line to our west, helping with uplift. To the east of that dry line is all of the moist air, and to the west of that dry line is all of that dry air coming together to make these thunderstorms. Now, as we go throughout overnight, after midnight, the dry line is going to become less of the driver for the thunderstorms, and the cold front will take its place, being the one to produce those thunderstorms that we're tracking over the evening. By the start of your day tomorrow, we could still be seeing some thunderstorms, even possibly severe thunderstorms up in the big country. And then as we go throughout the morning, that cold front is going to continue to push southward as that rain keeps moving southward along with it ahead of that front. And by tomorrow afternoon into tomorrow evening, we'll have that chance to see skies clear up. And along with that, that upper level trough that's responsible for this active weather is going to be pushing east, being replaced with an upper level ridge, offering us the chance to shoot up to the upper 90s by Friday, getting into the triple digits by weekend, before we start to see a very slight cool down going into mid next week. And I say very slight because we'll still be in the lower to mid 90s, but we'll have another light rain chance going into this time next week as well. Back to you, Adriana.